guys, what's going on? It is Dylan, and I am back today with another showcase and review video on Hiboy's EX6, which is a fat tire, comfortable electric bike. All right, so man, what can I say about this bike? I have had this bike for about 2 weeks now and have been cruising it around, riding it around. My dad, which is, in his 60s, has been, cruising it, riding it around, and so far so good. No complaints at all about the bike. Just want to kind of, show you this thing up close and personal, show you some features, and just tell you a little bit about the bike. So first and foremost, I believe Hiboy's intentions was, pretty much for people of all ages to be able to get on this thing and ride it, because you certainly can. But I think it was kind of designed in mind for those around the age of 60. And the main reason I say that is because of some of the keywords that Hiboy, markets this thing with, which is that it is a step-through bike. What is a step-through bike? I'll show you what a step-through bike is. See this low swoop right here? If you're a little bit older and up there in age, it's not easy if you have, the bar right here like you see on a lot of bikes. It's not easy to, throw your leg over that bar. So you're a little bit older, it's a little bit, hard to move, and with that kind of motion and everything, well, it doesn't take a whole lot to just step through the bike. So that's where they get the step through from. And this thing is comfortable. It's got a big old fat, nice padded seat. The grips are really nice and comfortable. The whole thing about this bike is you could tell that they really took ergonomics into account when they designed this, because it is seriously such a comfortable ride. Like whenever you sit on this thing, grab the grips, the posture, everything, it just feels right, feels comfortable, feels completely natural. And so I really do love this about this thing. And my dad made the comment like, man, that is a comfortable bike. So let's just go ahead and talk about the anatomy of the bike, some of the features, and what all is going on with this bike. So probably one of the first things you'll notice is this big, long rectangular thing right here. Well, that's your battery. And it's pretty neat because there's a lever right here on the back of the seat where you can pull it up. Then your seat flips up, as you can see. And then you turn your key to the left. There's this little lever that pulls up, and you can take your battery right out to charge it right here in the charge port. If you don't want to wheel the bike up, next to where you can just plug it in. Obviously, you wouldn't have to take the battery out if you could just, if it was convenient enough for you to just be able to wheel your bike up next to where you're going to charge. But in the event that it's not, like in my case, much easier for me to take the battery to my charging station. So that's pretty cool. And just a little specifics of the battery, it is a 48 volt, 15 AH capacity. So, really good, strong, long-lasting battery. Hiboy advertises that the charge time from like an empty battery to a full battery is about 6 to 7 hours. So it does take some time to charge it, but you get a lot out of the battery. As a matter of fact, it is advertised on Hiboy's website that you can get roughly 75 miles from full battery to empty battery. So that is pretty incredible, depending on, like if you're in a big city and you're using this thing to commute back and forth to work. If your commute's not that long, like 75 miles, I mean, that's gonna get you several trips, in between charging. 6 or 7 hour charging time, just plug it in overnight when you need to, and when it's time to go to work in the morning for your daily commute, it'll be charged up and ready to go. Now this bike does have a 7-speed gear shift system. So just like any old mountain bike or, bike with gears, you can change like how tough it is to pedal, which I really don't entirely, to be honest, see like an extreme need for that in the electric bike world. But it does have different resistance settings to where the motors will either assist you, at a minimal amount because you're wanting to get a little more exercise in, or it can assist you a tremendous amount. There's 4 different, modes, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, if you put it in 1, that means that it's gonna not assist you as much. You're gonna have to pedal a little more. And if you crank it up to 4, pretty much as soon as you start, pedaling, you'll really feel those motors come on strong and really help and assist you pedal. And then also there is a throttle that you can twist, and you do not have to pedal. I mean, a lot of electric bikes, you have to be going and pedaling a little bit and then the throttle will work. This one, you can swing your leg over it when you're in you know, the 4th mode, and you can just twist that throttle and it'll take off. So that is convenience. That is nice. If you you know, if you are elderly and you really need the help, or it's hard for you to pedal and get out, or if you're just flat out lazy and you just want to cruise. Now, do keep in mind that the more that you use the motors, the quicker the battery's going to drain. And then also, whenever you are pedaling, it actually helps regenerate and charge the battery. So, you know, that's some cool stuff right there. So there's a little bit about the battery and the motors and gears and how all that works. And speaking of the motor, I did fail to mention that the motor is a 500 watt motor. So pretty dang powerful motor, you know, for something with this size. The motor is so powerful, in fact, that this thing will comfortably, you know, transport and handle a lady or gentleman up to about 300 pounds. If you're 300 pounds or over, this thing's probably gonna, you know, it's not ideal for it. But I mean, 300 pounds, I mean, that's still, you know, it's a pretty good sized human and everything. So that's pretty impressive for this bike to be able to handle up to 300 pounds. And then one of the obvious features that really make this bike stand out, probably at first glance for a lot of people, is the fat tires. These are 20-inch by 4-inch wide fat tires, so it makes it very doable to do a little bit of you know, off-terrain riding. Of course, it's going to do, you know, good and well on the concrete and everything like that. But also, if you need to, as you can see here, I'm on a gravel road in rural southwest Oklahoma. Get on dirt roads, you can ride, you know, some pastures and out in the country, so to speak. And so it's really nice. I could see even people like in the hunting industry that have to, you know, early mornings they have to walk back to like their deer stands, their blinds, whatever they may be hunting and doing. Instead of walking, I mean, this thing's quiet too. It's not real loud. It's a bike, and the motor, you know, it's electric, so it's not like it's a gas-powered motor that's going to be real loud and make a lot of noise. So I could totally see, you know, where this thing would be ideal in that situation. In many situations, I could see, you know, like again, in this part of the country that I'm at, there's a, you know, really big agriculture industry. A lot of farmers and ranchers that, you know, have to go around, check calves, check cattle, feed cattle, do all that. I mean, instead of a four-wheeler, why not an electric bike? Like seriously, like it's, you know, it can come in very handy. So just all kinds of walks of life, I could see, you know, where an electric bike like this would come in handy. And just to be honest, in my case, like it's just downright fun. I mean, you can get going pretty quick. Speaking of speed, I believe it's advertised that it'll go, you know, up to about, you know, anywhere from 22 to 28 miles an hour. And once going downhill, pedaling and with the throttle twist in mode 4, I got it up to 31 miles an hour, which that is getting it on a bike, and probably not necessary at all. But I'm just letting you guys know that that this guy had this bike up to 31 miles an hour once. So it'll go. A couple last things that I would like to touch on is that it has this nice back rack here to where you know, you could mount some gear like a bag or something on it, and then bungee the you know, bungee your bag on it. And then a really cool feature that I really like is it has a really nice headlight and tail light, and it's not just a headlight. Check this out. Somebody gets in your way or you need to warn somebody of something. Nice loud horn, and that speaker is in this headlight here. All right, so there you have it. That is my little showcase and review of Hiboy's EX6 Stepthru fat tire, ergonomically comfortable electric bike. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to smash that thumbs up button. Also, please be sure to subscribe, as I will continue to have many more videos like this upcoming in the future. As always, guys, I enjoyed it.